Good morning. I am here with my beautiful chocolate. I can move a bit further away. A friend of mine needs to come to my place to film a course, and then I have to go make some pictures with a band, and then I have to meet with my editor, and then I have to come back and meditate and do all the videos that I needed to do today because I don't have any time. Well, probably I'm gonna have time if and only if I basically finish earlier with the friend that comes at 12 here. If he films like until 2 o'clock, I can finish until 4 o'clock, everything, and then go take photos of the band. And then I can do other things. So that can be um, nice. But depending on how he does in the filming, then yeah, that's gonna be the big question if he finishes the filming fast or if I have to wait for 2 or 3 hours. We'll see what the day brings. I'm quite. I didn't sleep that well. I had bad dreams. I had a dream where I was annoying. Like it was so weird. My mom was speaking to somebody and I kept interrupting and speaking on a phone, but they were speaking and with on the speaker. And um, I kept interrupting, and then my mom went to the kitchen, and the other person was telling her that she understands that I'm annoying and she understands why. And I was like, why? But yeah, I am kind of annoying. But I'm the useful kind of annoying, not the bad kind of annoying. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to think about it because I don't feel the need to be right. But the thing is that I like questioning people and I like, it's, I don't know, it's as if I don't know why. I'm trying to understand why do I keep like trying to prove I'm right if I don't feel like it does feel good to be right, but I don't feel the need. Like if someone is telling me like, look, let's leave this and it's gonna be okay, then I don't care. I don't care if someone says I'm too tired to have this conversation or I don't want to have this conversation or whatever. I go like, okay, I leave it. But I don't know. I guess that's the way I like to communicate with others. I guess that's the way I relate to others by putting them in tough situations in terms of arguments, in terms of debates. People just want to relax, and I'm there like, did you know? Well, no, they put they put they say claims that aren't substantiated, and I tend to go like, no. And some of my, like, that's the most fun thing. Some of my smartest friends are like, what have I said? Oh my God. They don't, they realize that if I say to them, like, look, you're wrong, they're going to be like, oh my God, he's probably going to prove me wrong. And they're the smartest people I know. I usually I don't get that reaction because people, they know that, well, if they know me, they know that I'm gonna probably be right in that situation. But they're not gonna be like, ah, I'm wrong. I might be wrong. No, they're gonna be like, I'm right, and they're gonna continue to argue, and not argue, but debate. And some of them will argue, but I remain calm. Well, not really calm. I'm excited by those things. I'm excited when someone debates me and tries to prove me wrong and whatever. I get excited by that. And the point is that I don't gain anything from that, and the person doesn't gain anything from that. Well, I do gain. I like to feel good, and I feel good even if I lose a debate because I'm like, wow, that was faulty. Interesting. That's a new point of view. And I give credit where credit is required. Whenever someone gets a great argument out there, I go like, okay, that's good. But it's very difficult to debate with me because I will not let someone do any of the tricks that people usually do to win debates. These conversational debates. And I'm like, always, people tend to move the goalpost. That's one of the tactics. Like, they first say one thing, and then they say, no, 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 I didn't say that. It's different. I said this. They try to clarify, and then I repeat exactly what they said because that's the topic of discussion, that statement. And I said, this is what you said. This is the statement that you said. Are you saying that you're changing it now just to be right? Just because you don't want to admit that you were wrong when you said that? Because that's what I said. I said that that was wrong. If you're saying that now you've changed your mind and this is what you think, then probably going to be right. But sometimes, even if they move the goalpost, they move it and they are still wrong. And I tell them like that you're still wrong. Even if you move the goalpost, you're still wrong. And that's when I know that it's so close. My arguments are so close to convincing them to that I'm right, even though if it feels bad for them. Because if they move the goalpost, now they're questioning their own uh, points. And I don't let people do that, and I don't let people. Another way of doing is like trying to change the topic of discussion, but not in the same as not the same as they just want to get lost in other things so that they don't so that it's not brought back what we started from. They just start to spiral into other things just so we kind of forget about the fact that they made a statement and I said they're wrong. And it's difficult. It's difficult because I hold them accountable to the statement that they made, and I don't let them move an inch from that statement until we clarify that I said they are wrong on that statement and I was right. And I do that with arguments, with rational arguments, and well, not really. I do it with counter arguments. I'm debating almost every point that they make, and I'm almost never giving my own rationality on this subject matter. I would win the debates more if I gave my rationality behind why I'm saying what I'm saying. But it's easier to just construct the arguments against them because that deconstructs everything that they believe in terms of that subject. So it becomes easier for them to realize, oh, that's a faulty presumption. Of course, it really takes uh, mutual respect in order to be able to come to that realization. And I got reactions such as people just insulting me directly in a roundabout way, but they insulted me directly in front of my friends because of the position that I took, and I was like, wow, wow. And one of the friends was like, it was his friend, and he was trying to make me look like the bad guy. One of my friends, that I was annoying, and I'm like, sure, but I'd never like. Let's put it clear. I never insulted anyone, and I really don't insult anyone. Like to say that I was wrong just because I am annoying sometimes, or my arguments are annoying, to be more specific. That doesn't mean I'm wrong, and that doesn't mean I'm at fault for what he felt and how he reacted to my arguments. Like, personal attacks are like the worst thing that you can do in a debate. Like, he made a personal attack, and I was like, okay. Like, I told him, like, if it wasn't me and he called that to someone else, things would have become so much worse. Like, I didn't care. I don't care if people insult me. It's just words. I don't put any value on my words or anybody's words for that matter. I don't care. They're just air. They're just waves. They're nothing. So if someone else who put more a value on other people's words was there and they insulted them, then that would have been so bad. It could have been become a true argument instead of a debate. And after that, he went home. The guy who insulted me was like so pissed that he went home. We were out having beers, and he went home. And it's not as if I go and I start the subjects or I go and I. He was the one who was super argumentative and full of himself. And I was like, no, you're wrong. And yeah, I got a bit more heated in the debate, but that was fine. I wasn't emotional in the bad sense. I was just being excited by the argument. I get very excited by these kinds of uh, debates. And people say that they think that I'm pissed or something. And I'm like, no, I'm hyped. I'm actually having fun. And they can't, like, because they usually can't, people in the world usually don't show enough emotion. They tend to view almost any kind of emotion as bad just because they cannot handle it. They can't handle being so hype and so energetic and so, like, yeah. And I won one of the debates with one of the smartest people I know. I asked him, he's one of my friends, and I asked him, "Do you think, between us, who's more emotional and who's more rational?" And at first, I put this question more and more times, like throughout the months. And at first, he was like about himself, "Oh, I'm more rational." And then he started to, like, the point was that who is, like, we're putting this question in the terms of who gets more, uh, who is more controlled by their own emotions when they are trying to be rational. That's the full question. And he said that I do, as in I am more emotional. And I'm like, no. And we started to debate a bit, and then we started to we had this discussion for a few months whenever we went out for beers. And at some point he was like, yeah, you're right. I didn't believe it at first, but and I didn't want to believe that I was the less emotional, the more emotional person. But now I can see it. I can see that he could see that all of the situation that I was in, he would have gone completely emotional about the situation, and I stayed very rational. So that's one of my things. I cultivated this small thing. Whenever things get tough, instead of getting emotional, I get more rational, and that helps me quite a bit to do the things that are necessary to solve the situations. I think it's super useful. But that's a topic for another beautiful day. Now I'm waiting for my friend. and I finished my hot chocolate, and I need to go out with Sophie. Today is going to be a short day because I want to indulge myself in social media, and I want to just finish everything that I have to do for YouTube so that I can just chill and have a more relaxing day, just because I don't want to spend all of my day just because I still have to work, but for other people. So I just don't want to deal with the fact that I cannot watch anything or I can't listen to a podcast or something like that because I'm going to be going from place to place, meeting with different people. So I want to be finished, even though it's the middle of the day. I've already finished the meditations. I've already transferred and backed up all the files so that I can confidently and happily finish my work. Now I'm gonna edit everything that I filmed today, the 2 meditations and this video, which has 2 parts, the morning part and the later part, and I'm gonna post everything just because I don't want to have to do that later, because I have a self-imposed rule where I don't consume any social media until I've posted the videos of the day. And usually that's very late at night because one of the video, which is this one, is meant to be filmed right before I go to bed as a end of the day diary. So, yeah, today I'm not in the mood to just sit around and not watch social media. And yeah, and the most annoying thing is the fact that I have to do traveling so much traveling in between places, traveling, commuting, and I can't take Sophie because she's limping. She has a birth defect in one of her legs, and sometimes she limps, and I can't take her with me, so I'm gonna get bored while commuting because I'm gonna do like 3 big commutes. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 so big ones, and I'm just gonna get bored. So I'm gonna take my phone and listen to some things and watch some videos just because I don't want to spend all of that time being bored. And I just feel like I need a break. That's the point. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.